Brenda.
And I'm Christy. We're two friends from high school who are connecting and reconnecting over music and memories.
Welcome to Normal Bias Podcast.
We're glad you're here.
Hey y'all, hey Normal Biasers. It's Brenda and Christy, and Orange You Glad It's Wednesday. And today, on a very special Orange You Glad It's Wednesday, we have a guest. Our number one, well, we have one of two number one fans, and Stephanie Cruz that I work with at the elementary school is one of those girls who has been with us from the get-go. I think she's heard all of our episodes. Oh my God, I love you so much, Stephanie. Welcome.
Hey guys. Well, thank you guys for inviting me today. I can't wait to get this topic going.
Oh, I'm a little worried about this because it's going to be like y'all are going to gang up on me. I have a feeling about that.
Probably.
You are the minority here. So this is a topic that we've kind of been sitting on, and I'm trying to think like when it came up weeks ago, and we were like, you know, that could be like the laundry one. I feel like this is a thing that people like. So Stephanie and I are on one side of this issue and Brenda is on the other, which surprises me because Brenda's pretty usually like, so.
I like to keep you guessing, Christy.
Well,
so I tell you, it's very selective with me, the things.
Well, I think so. I think so.
Right? You know, don't be boring. Don't be predictable. So here's the thing. So we went away unexpectedly for the weekend. It just worked out that Casey at the last minute had the weekend off, and a friend had one weekend where his house was available. So we unexpectedly went away for the weekend. And when I travel, whether it's a hotel room, Airbnb, someone's house, whatever, the first thing I do when I get there is I hang up my clothes in the closet so they're wrinkle free the next day. And then I put away what I can put away, and I keep things neat, and I put my bathroom bag in the bathroom, all the things. And then when we get home, because we have a small space, the first thing I do when I walk in the door is dirty clothes to the hamper, everything out of the bag. Like we have a tub in our closet where we keep our, everybody has a dop kit or a bag with their travel toothbrush. Well, I take my Sonicare, but like their travel shampoo, all this stuff, everybody has a bag. So if you go to somewhere and spend the night, you get your overnight bag and put it in your bag. And then when we get home, you refill. Like I ran out of deodorant on Sunday, so I put a new thing of deodorant in there and refilled it. So if I go out of town today, all I have to do is grab that bag. So I'm getting a lot of from you. So when you get home from a trip, what's the first thing you do? Oh no, we're getting.
Well, I don't know. Before I go out of town, I have like a list of stuff. Like I literally clean the house before I leave. Like trash goes out, I clean out the fridge, we sweep, we mop, I do the whole clean house routine. And that's even before I leave. And then after that, like 3 days before that, like let's say we leave Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, depending on when the trip is, I'm already telling everyone, all right, I want to see everyone's clothes. I want it folded out. I want your daily stuff. I need to see everyone's outfit, you know, and then I'm like, okay, you got your outfit. You got your outfits. How many outfits? How many underwears? And we start packing like Wednesday. And the same thing with the toiletries. Like I usually pack all the toiletries. My kids just have to bring I call it their to-go toothbrush. Bring your to-go toothbrush, your out-of-town toothbrush. So yeah, I take the toiletries. I make sure I take everything for everyone, and everyone has to make sure they present to me what their outfits are for the travel. And then so when we get home, I usually take like a bag, or everyone has their own bag, but that's the dirty clothes bag. And as soon as we walk through the door, the dirty clothes bag goes in the washer. And that same day, I need to make sure everyone has unpacked whatever is left in their bags. And that's it. Then it's over. Then you come home, you're in a clean house, your laundry's getting done the same day, and bada bing, bada boom. That's it.
I feel like we have accidentally created a continuum. So Stephanie, you're like way over here. Brenda, you're way over here. When do you pack for a trip again?
Okay, so I know I am not the only one out there. So anyone who is Team Brenda, I need you right now because I'm being ganged up on a little bit. So First of all, we also have our little toiletry bags packed. I have a little basket with the, when we need waiting for it to refill, they'll overstock. And mostly Alex, he packs himself. He keeps up with his things. He knows what he needs. Matthew and, I help Matt a little bit because he and I typically will share a suitcase. So I do like the house clean before a trip. I do that. And I do wash all of the clothes that we need. And then I'll fold and pack the ones we need. I don't fold all of the clothes and put them away. That I don't do. Okay. But typically, if we are going on a trip, I am packing at the last hour.
Girl.
Yeah, over so if I'm going on a trip on a Friday, when I went to Brenham, I started getting the things ready on Thursday, but it wasn't until I was about to walk out the door I was still packing stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So that's what I do. I pack at the very last minute. And I do take my own dirty clothes bag because I don't like to repack dirty clothes with clean stuff. Okay. So I do that. When I get to where I'm going, unless it's someone's house that I'm visiting, but if it's a hotel or an Airbnb or something like that. So what I do the first thing is I rearrange the furniture. I like it. Yes, that's right. Christy's eyes. Brainy Fowler, Coker, Sandy Alvarado. Those are my witnesses. They're shaking their heads if they were listening. I have to rearrange the furniture. I have to create that flow. It's not like a feng shui thing, but I think it's the organizer OCD thing. Like every time, that's what I do. I leave the suitcases by the front door until I've rearranged everything. Because if I'm staying somewhere for a little bit, my space has to be just right. Okay. I do unpack. I use the drawers, and I if I have stuff to hang, I'll hang it. Okay. So
You just blew my mind. I'm like, furniture?
I do. Because sometimes, like the coffee tables, or the lamps, things are in the way, or they don't make sense.
What if you're only staying one night?
I still will do it.
Okay, I resent my invitation to take you to 12 Armadillos because those places are freaking huge and there is a lot of furniture. I'm not moving it.
Okay, well,
I'm lazy for that. Like maybe you get one room you can move stuff in because I'm like, oh heck, no, oh my gosh.
But a hotel, Brenda, it only has a chair.
I'm telling you, I'm very strange. And then so when we used to go every summer when our kids were little, me and, my 3 girlfriends from high school, we'd rent a beach house every summer for a week. As soon as we get there, they know me. Oh my God, I'm so glad. I'm lucky I have friends because they'll just and the kids too, they know, they're like, just let her do her thing. But it always works out well because there's just a better flow. Anyway, okay. So then when I get home from a trip,
I didn't know this was going to come up. Listen, before you start dating again, I think
that's a whole nother topic, Christy.
We'll have to work on desensitizing you because you cannot go into his house and move crap. I'm like you're gonna have to sit on your hands or something.
So yes, okay. So I wasn't even going to discuss this part until you all kind of talked about it a little bit, but so what I do when I get home is I wheel my suitcase into my bedroom or closet, and then I open it up and just pull out what I need as I need it because I'm not going to unpack it pretty much until the next trip.
No.
I'll wash the dirty clothes because they're in the dirty clothes bag, but that's what I do. And I never discussed this with my ex-husband. Maybe this is why he's my ex-husband. No, I'm just kidding. I do know that it bothered him because he was as soon as he got home, unpacker. And that's how Alex is too. He unpacks, he washes his stuff. I don't even
have to tell him.
Or, I just say, oh, just to make conversation, I'll say, when you're done with the washing machine, let me know. But I would leave.
He knows you ain't gonna use it.
I'll leave my suitcase on my side of the bed and just leave it there. I have pictures. I'll show you.
Oh my gosh. Nope.
But even when we had we downsized when we moved here in 2006.
I'm like sweating.
But you just put some crazy on the table. I gotta tell you, I have some weird, quirky habits, but moving furniture. And so now I want to backtrack a couple of years. I'm like, so what is it like when you come to my house and everything is like crammed in? Like, don't you want to just move it all around?
No.
Like, what do you do? Do you move the kids' room when I'm not looking?
Do you not? No, I have told you, when I come to your house, I feel like your house is very efficient and you have what you need. And
it looks homey,
I would not,
though.
I really wouldn't change.
Her house looks very homey.
It is very homey. I wouldn't change a thing. I really wouldn't. I feel
but
like.
I guess Brenda, from the aspect of, like Airbnb, you're there a week or whatever. I guess I can see where you're coming from as far as wanting to make it feel like home. You do have a flow, like like a certain flow of things. Okay, I get it a little bit, but I don't know, girlfriend. That is a whole nother thing. Because like when I go to a hotel, and yes, I do like, okay, guys, dirty clothes is going to be here. Your suitcase is here. Your suitcase is here. Elijah, you're over there. Da, 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 da. Like, there is some kind of flow you got to get going. But moving the damn furniture?
Yeah. So I really think that it started when my kids were little. So Kevin worked and would travel a lot. And sometimes we would travel with him. And so we would stay at a lot of times we would stay at those like Marriott residences where it's like a kitchen,
like the suite,
living
like
room
the suite.
kind of thing.
Okay.
Right. And so once they started walking, his big thing was corners, like, oh, they could hit their head on the corner. Like he used to buy these like plastic things that would like you'd put on the corner.
Wait, going out of town?
No. But at home.
I was
but
like, so girl, you even took your own safety.
No.
She did. She did.
But like
right?
if a table was, sticking out like into the room, then I would
you'd push it back
against the floor, against the wall. Like I think that's kind of where it all, it's
started.
It all started. It was kind of like making room for them because we would be spending some time in those places. But I mean, like I rearrange my desk all of the time if the flow disappears, or like since COVID, they've added these like dividers, these like plexiglass things. So that kind of like threw my whole shift out of the way. So my anxiety comes from fear. And when I have fear of being my life is out of control. So I have to control my space and my surroundings like that. And until and I will do that and do that and do that until like I feel like I can relax.
Or you have control of the situation and then you feel more comfortable.
Yes. So that's why when people ask me if welcome to my TED Talk. If people ask me like, oh, don't look around, this is probably driving you crazy. Like when I go to their houses, it really doesn't because I don't live there, if that makes sense. And if I know I'm there just for a little while.
It's not your space.
Right. It's until I have to spend time in the space that's when that whole thing happens.
So I'm listening to you, and I'm actually really relating to you because, like, the place where we stayed this weekend, he is a single man and he has young adult kids. So there's not like, and I don't mean to be, this is probably sexist or whatever, but there's not a mom there. And
does he need me to come rearrange his furniture?
Well, his furniture is fine, but like the flow in the kitchen was a little bit off, and like there was a couple of things like that. There were a couple of things. It's a beautiful space. It's a beautiful home. It's like nicer than real house. But there were a couple of things like putting away dishes, and I was like, look, I'm not going to be Christy and like rearrange the cabinets or anything. But I'm wondering, have you ever, like, I think about Airbnbs, like the cabin we stayed last the condo where we stayed last Thanksgiving, like the dishes and stuff were in the completely wrong cabinets. Can you live with that for a week, or do you move that stuff too? Like how deep will you go? Like how deep
Okay.
will you dive?
Right. So the cabinets like that does bother me. Like if the glasses aren't kind of, central by the refrigerator or whatever. But in a hotel or Airbnb, like it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. As long as they're behind that, I can live with that. It's more like the living areas. It's more like the living areas that kind of get me. And then so back to the beach weeks, like we had a really structured, like I was in charge of crafts and, we'd each do a meal. And so I liked to make sure there was, we had 7 kids, 8 kids. And so, I'd make sure the table was central and all of the tables and the kids you could get around it and, just kind of like that stuff, make sure I want the seating area in the living room to make sure, there's blankets and pillows or whatever we need, just so everybody can
feel at home.
Yeah. So really the cabinets, that would bother me, but not enough to move it. It's more of the area, again, the space, the area, the things around me that I see.
I think too, one of the things that you said, because so Stephanie, I call myself a recovering clean freak, which I probably am not really in recovery because I really do indulge myself in picking up and doing that. So when I come over to people's houses, they're like, oh, just what you said, this will probably drive you nuts, or I know, this, I know it's messy or whatever. But other people's spaces don't bother me.
Right.
Because my whole thing is I want your space to work for you, and you're different from me. And if you've got 16 kids and I've only got the 2, your house is going to flow differently than mine. Right. So I think that people when you I think that there comes kind of a reverse judgment. If I like things one way, so people think that I need that wherever I go, and I really don't. I can come and adapt to your space. I'm not judging you for your space, as long as the space fits you. If your space does not fit you, and you're it's causing clashing between you and your husband, or you and your kids, or you and your family, or whatever, then I'm gonna be like, hey, do you want some help?
But yeah, it's
this was not the episode I thought we were recording.
No, I know. I didn't know I was gonna actually be unloading my baggage. I'm talking about leaving my baggage on the floor from my trip. This is a good trip. Oops.
Well, but so Stephanie, now I would say you are you and I you really are over here. I clean, I want to leave a clean house and I want to come home to a clean house. So as I went into labor unexpectedly with with both kids, but with our second kid, we had to travel from Brenham to Houston to have him. And so that morning as we're leaving, I'm my husband, I'm like, please take the stuff out of the dryer. Please to wash the dishes. Please actually run the dishwasher. I don't want to come home to food in the sink. I don't want, and so he's talking to my mom, and he's like, she won't leave until I blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, but it's because when I come home, I want that evening to be calm. I want space. I want to come in and
relax.
Yeah. And I don't want it to be, I don't want to be oh, I wish I was still at the beach, or I wish I was still on my trip. I want it to be oh, I'm home. Home is a sanctuary.
Yes, agree. I want to come home, either, get him comfy clothes and then straight in the bed, or sit straight on the couch and not have to worry about oh, now I got to come home and I got to actually, run the dishwasher, or, do this. Yeah. Then that isn't a vacation, a vacation.
Yeah. Because it makes me grumpy then. It's not it makes me grumpy to leave stuff dirty, and it makes me grumpy to do dirty stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I definitely do the cleaning, and when I leave, all the trash is out, all the refrigerators cleaned out, the leaving my house is clean. But I feel when I come back, I know it's clean. And then I guess the unpacking and doing the laundry part, that's something I already don't like to do.
Right.
And so I can just leave it and let it be. So, yeah. So I'll take a picture and text it to y'all when we're done. The suitcase that I took to Brenham a couple weeks ago.
It's still on by your bed. You're
It's
lying.
It's unpacked. I have unpacked it, but I haven't put it away where it goes.
Where does it go?
And
like
It goes in my closet up high, and I need a step stool. But I got the step stool out. It's just leaning against the wall. I haven't just opened it and put it away.
But you know what? My husband, he's a last minute packer. Like, I'll pack his necessities, his socks, underwears, undershirts, that kind of thing. But as far as like his outfits, he'll pack it literally as the kids and I are getting into the truck to leave to go out of town. He's like, oh, wait. I think I want this shirt, or I think I want that, or that.
Yeah.
One weekend we left like on the spur of the moment weekend trip. And he waited, like always, till the last minute to put his stuff in the bag. Because I'm usually like, no, I know, that's why I'm telling the story. But we get to flipping Moody Gardens, and guess what? It's time to get ready for bed. And what happened? He left our damn suitcase at the house.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes. He left our suitcase at the house because I'm telling you, we're like, he's putting things in, and the kids and I are in the truck. Like, their stuff is already there because I've already told them to pack and put the stuff in the night before. That way we just get in the truck.
Dang.
And I'm like, come on, Cruz, we're ready to go. Come on, we're ready to go. And he's like, last minute packing. And he leaves our whole suitcase here. And we had to go to Walmart that night. I had to get underwears, nightshirt, and outfit for, like, literally, like, we spent like over $100. Yes. And I was like, if you would have just brought the suitcase, it was a whole nother thing. And
A whole
like,
thing.
Oh my God. Yeah. And there's been times too where he packs at the last minute. He thinks he packed because in his head, he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I need this or I need that. We've gone out of town and he just has the necessities, his socks and underwear and everything. So he has to go buy outfits. Because he's a last minute procrastinator.
Yeah, I definitely am a procrastinator and a last minute packer. And another thing is, I have like anxiety about flying. So on those trips, like I literally will wait until I used to make Kevin so upset. I'd be like, I can't help it. Like, don't worry about me. I'm going to get my stuff packed. I'll be ready. I just can't do it ahead of time. So, and I think
the trip would get canceled, or what was
that? It never would get canceled. We would go and I would get my stuff together. I just was like that. Like she just said.
Did you ever forget anything? Like, you ever forget, like, oh, I wanted that one shirt, or
yes,
that shirt was with that one pants or something like that's, I think that's my fear. Like, I gotta have my Thursday outfit, my Friday outfit, my Saturday outfit, my travel outfit, and then if like airplane outfit, I'm like, oh, that's leggings and a shirt. I already know that's my airplane clothes. Or oh, we're gonna travel in the truck. Oh, I got another pair of clothes that I like for when we drive 6 hours. Yeah,
I do kind of have those kind of things, but I have forgotten things. I have, but then I did make a list of, okay, these are things I need, and so I have that list like in my closet so I can check it off really quick because I'm in a hurry.
Yeah, because you're packing at the last minute, walking out the door.
Yeah, but it's very strange because when I get there, I do unpack, and I like, if I'm even for, you said a night, even if it's a night, like I want to be prepared. I'm excited about being there, and I get my.
You put the things on the hangers, and you utilize the drawers.
Yep, I utilize the drawers, and. Yep. I untuck the bed. I'm an untucker.
Well, it ain't that folded if you just put it in the suitcase that morning. It ain't that wrinkled.
Still fresh.
Still fresh.
I love traveling. I love going places. It's just an ordeal to get there, and then when I come home.
That is that.
Are we still friends, Christy?
We
are. Of course we are.
This out with your therapist. I want to know, like, why. But here's
we are her therapist, Christy.
Y'all are. Yes, you are the therapist I can afford.
Therapist. But so here's the thing. So so Stephanie, I recorded a podcast before this, and like one of the second or third episode, that we recorded. I'm trying to think what time of year it was that we recorded. It may have been June. Whatever it was, we went over to my friend's house to record, and we sat, I have a big bedroom, and we sat on her floor to record the first, I can't remember, it was one of the first episodes, and we sat down, and like around us, there are suitcases and like piles of clothes from a place that she had gone 2 months prior. And like, we kind of laughed about it, but it kind of became a thing. So like now she'll be like, oh, well, like I have an unpack from whatever. And Christy, like Christy unpacks, like, as she's walking in. And I'm like, well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it is little house. Part of it is, like, I feel like I've tried to explain it to people before. Like, there's so much noise in my head anyway, that anything out of place is like a jangling noise.
Right.
It's like something is not right. And so I need to quiet that so my brain can focus on whatever it needs to focus on. Like, because of the work that I do, because of the creative work, and that I need to be able to go deep. Like, when I sit down to work, I need to not have distractions. So I don't have notifications on my phone, on my computer, on my, I don't have noise. Like, I need to focus. And I think for me, focus means stuff is put away where it's supposed to go. But see, if
Agree.
I had a house, maybe I wouldn't, like if I had someplace I could put it and not have to see. But the thing that I find interesting, Brenda,
it'll still bug you. Because it's there.
I always know it's there.
I know it's there. It's calling me. It's saying, unpack me.
and that's mine.
Yeah.
So that's one of my time management issues, and that drives my family crazy. Is I'll have, like, let's say I have 3 minutes before I need to leave to go. Like, I have a meeting today at 11. If I have 3 minutes before I have to leave, and I'm done doing what I'm doing, I'll think, what can I do in 3 minutes? So I'll do it, and then if I have time left, then I'll take on something else until I'm late. Because I'm like, oh, I'll just fill that time. And then I piddle. And then the next thing you know, I'm like, where I could have just left and had 3 minutes to spare and gotten there early. So we all have quirks. We all have like things that other people think are crazy.
We all have things.
Yep, we all have things.
And now the entire world knows mine.
This is just the tip of the iceberg, as you like to say, Brenda. I
know.
Crazy.
This is what's funny is at my house, but I don't know, it's because I have everything. I guess my flow is how we like it, or I want it at home. But my mother, today's her birthday. I shouldn't tell this story, but growing up and still to this day, like, she was constantly changing and moving the furniture or the flow of the house. Like, you'd come home, like, you'd leave for school and you'd come home and we're like, oh, change the furniture today? Like, constantly, all the time. I bless my dad's heart. Like, his chair, like, had a chair. He's always had his chair. And that chair would be all over the place. And I'd come over and I'd be like, oh, you're sitting over there now. And he'd be like, looking behind his paper, like, yep.
Yep.
Never would complain. He just, and then as they got a little older, she would move the furniture around his chair. Like, he finally said, you know what, I really like it here. And so I would notice that she'd keep the chair there, but everything else would move. Or like, she's big on her rugs. Like, she changes out her, like, area rug under her coffee table. Like, so much so I'm like, it's the same one as the last time. Like, I just don't know.
Is she like,
I don't know anymore.
Stores them all, or where are they?
So she does store things very creatively. Or she's very sweet and generous and will gift them. But yeah, so I grew up with that. And so I think that at my house, like, everything pretty much stays the way it is.
Uh-huh.
A lot, like, I'll change pictures out and stuff, but as far as like major, like, furniture and stuff, I won't change it. And I think that's because my mom changed so much. It was like, can anything stay the same? Like, but that was her thing. We didn't care, it's fine. Our rims,
Brenda,
we didn't move our rims around.
Does Miss Carmen unpack after a trip?
Yeah, kind of.
So did y'all do it when y'all were little or when y'all were younger?
So the laundry would, yeah, I think so. She definitely would do the laundry. My dad would definitely unpack because, he always had work and wanted to be prepared. But as far as her things, though, she might leave things out a little bit. And my sister does it too, I think.
Interesting.
And that truly does not bother me
But
to not unpack completely.
But see, that's the thing. Like if you were sitting there and you're like, yeah, I don't know why I don't unpack and it drives me crazy, then I would be worried for you. But this is just how you do it. So like how you do it's not wrong. Like how I do it is not wrong until I'm like, like yelling at my family or griping at my family that they do it my way. Like then I cross the line, right? Like too much of an okay thing can be a bad thing. But you're like, it's not a problem that you don't unpack. It's not a problem that Stephanie packs 4 months before. I mean, great. I think, but I also think you people who don't unpack, you people, I think
there it is.
But people like that, I don't have that many clothes. Like I only have a few pairs of cotton panties that I like to wear on a regular basis. I've only got a few pairs of each color of sock. I've only got a few pairs of jeans. Like I have enough shirts, but I don't have enough clothes really that I could not unpack and get through a week.
Well, that's what Brenda was saying. As she needs her clothes, she's unpacking it at the same time out of her suitcase.
Yep. I'm like, where's those shorts? Oh, right. They're my suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
And
I wore them last to the beach. They're still in my suitcase.
Yes.
Let me take those things out of it.
But if it makes you feel any better, this weekend we did get down to the beach, and then at bedtime I noticed that somebody, one of the children, not the female one, was wearing clothes.
Was wearing what?
Was just wearing clothes, like changed clothes, but was still wearing clothes. And I was like, hey, buddy. He's like, yeah, I forgot my pajamas. And I was like, so, and I know enough, like after I've been a parent, how old your oldest kid, Stephanie?
He is 17. I have a senior also.
Okay. So yeah. So with Casey, I don't really worry about it, but I've been a parent of a boy long enough now that I have learned. I didn't ask then if he had underwear or socks, if he had brought clean stuff, because I didn't want to know, right? I figured he would just figure it out. I knew he had a toothbrush because I had his, he had his bathroom bag, and I knew he had his glasses and his contacts, and I was like, okay, like that, like, you just have to make choices, right? Like I could have like gone through his bag and then just griped at him for everything he didn't bring, but I was like, all right, you know what? So he sleeps in clean clothes. It'll be fine.
And you live and you learn.
Or he doesn't, and then he sleeps in his clothes the next time we go somewhere, right? But no skin off my nose.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Nope. Yeah. I got to see all your clothes.
So let me ask you this.
And my kids will lay it out. Like, they will lay out, where's your Monday outfit? Where's your Tuesday outfit? Where's your Saturday out? Like, if
I love you. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah. I will go into I'm like, and I'll let them know I have an announcement. I'm coming upstairs. Let's go. I need to see all your clothes. And I'm like a soldier. Like Eli, and he's 17, 12, and 13. And I go, I'm like, Elijah, let me see your clothes. All right, Mom, here's my that day. And just in case we go to dinner or something, here's my that day. All right, you're good. Start packing it up and get it downstairs. All right. I keep going.
What was your, like, when you were young? Have you always been that way? Did you unpack when you were a kid? Did someone unpack for you?
I'm trying to think when this all started.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
But I guess because I was the older sister, so it was like I had to make sure like my younger brother had his stuff too, and then like my grandma, my grandpa, they would be like, all right, here's all the clean clothes. When I was younger, I'm pretty sure my grandma, my grandpa did it for me. And then as I got a little older, I was like, all right, I have my stuff. Now I have his stuff. All right, we're good to go. Like, I don't know. I guess I just always been
I think
meticulous like that.
Right. Yeah. My mom definitely wanted us to have certain things to wear and things. So I know she would do that. Like, again, and with boys, I guess it's not so much a deal. Like I will say, and I'll do this ahead of time because I know it's important to Alex to be prepared or whatever. And he does his packing. I'll say, oh, well, here's what the weather's going to be like. And we're going to be here this
I do
many
that
days.
too.
So make
Yep.
sure you have, your
A sweater or blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
But I used to, when they were littler, want to things match and be cute depending on where we were. But now it's like, meh. It's more like comfort for
your
me.
battles to fight. So Stephanie, you would have died nobody got to go to any summer camps this past summer.
Right.
But prior to that, anytime either my kids traveled without me or went to camp, like we would take Ziplocs and do your Monday outfit, like your clothes, your socks, your underwear, whatever. And we would send as many Ziplocs as days, plus an extra one, and then plus some extra pieces. So not this year, but last year when he came back from camp, we immediately, we picked him up he went to space camp, then he went to a camp, then he went to church camp, and then we traveled to a family reunion. And so when we picked him up from church camp, it was like, let's add stuff to the bag and then we'll go to the family reunion. But there were still all the bags. So I don't know what the boy wore for a week when he was at church camp, but he had enough clothes to go from there to the family reunion without me washing anything. And I was like, I can't, I don't want to know what you smelled like for 5 days when I wasn't there. So yeah. That's that to me. I'm like, I don't dig. I don't scratch at that because I know it's going to come off and then I'm gonna have to deal with whatever's under there.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I think I figured out, listening to you talk, Stephanie, you remind me so much of my friend Bobby, the way that you look, but the way you talk and the snapping, and she's like you, she gets stuff done.
Yeah.
Beautiful home, beautiful family. I mean, great.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And Stephanie doesn't play. She's like, come on. Even at work.
Nope. You do not for fools.
Snap out of it. We don't have time for this. Let's go.
No, let's go, Brenda. What do we got going?
Yeah.
What's going on? Look, what's over here on this counter? What's going on over here?
Yeah. So
I think this is good. Anytime, Stephanie, you come right on, and then next time y'all can gang up on me, and then Brenda and I will gang up on you about something. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah, we got to do that Pepsi Coke controversy.
Oh
we
my
got
gosh,
going right here.
You're not on. Listen to this. You're not on Instagram, Steph.
I'm not.
This morning.
What happened?
She poured a Pepsi in her cup. She just showed you, and she played the song. What is it? By U2, With or Without You. Look at.
Well, you're super
that
cute.
Is
Look
one
at
thing.
you.
That is one conversation that I know I will have an army behind me, and Christy will have 1 or 2.
Oh, I don't think I'll even have that many. But I tell you what,
Pepsi on purpose. That's going to be a shirt.
That
I
is
drink
crazy.
Pepsi on purpose.
On purpose in Texas.
The ice.
What?
The Pepsi on the ice. I think. Do you eat ice, Stephanie? No.
I'm not a big ice eater either.
I'm not a big ice eater.
I know what you're talking about. Certain things on the ice.
The Pepsi on the ice. And also, I will say this. Casey and I actually had this conversation. Casey has stopped ordering Coke at Sonic, and she gets a. So my kids are the masters of the apps. Casey has mastered the Sonic app because you can. Do y'all know, on the Sonic app, you can order light vanilla or light cherry. You can totally customize your stuff all the way. So she has been exploring with Sprite and adding light vanilla, light cherry. And so she's created these amazing drinks that I think you just throw in some vodka. That'd be great. But, right? But so she, when James was out of town a couple of weeks ago, her battery was acting up in her car. And I taught her the trick of getting a Coke and pouring the Coke on there to get the corroded battery acid off.
Yes.
I don't think I've seen her drink a Coke since. And I was that's just wisdom right there, right?
Yes, ma'am. That's a life hack.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that thing you said the other day at work? You said something like, if a Coke can clean a toilet, think about, what did you say? Was that you?
Yeah.
It was one of y'all. I think it was
Stephanie.
You said if a Coke
But I remember what we were talking about.
I can't either. There's something
I can't, but I was like,
Coke can clean a toilet. Imagine what it can do, blah, blah, blah. I was like,
Coke has many, it's a life hack. It's got many things it does. It's got lots of tricks.
Well, so I found this meme the other day, or I guess a couple weeks ago when we were talking about this first, Christy. It says, packs 2 hours before leaving for a trip, unpacks 3 months after coming home. That's me. That's just me.
And that's giving you grace because it said 2 hours before.
Packs on her way out her room.
Yes.
Packs on the way out of the door because I'm sure you're still stuffing it. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to get that one shirt, right? Well, just like my husband. I swear.
I used to be an overpacker because of that. Mm-hmm. Like I would pack too much. And then, when you fly and they started weighing your stuff, I'm like, dang it. And so now I'm kind of like I don't pack that much. I'll pack like a pair of jeans and jean shorts and like a couple shirts and just.
Yep.
So now I just pack.
To mix and match.
Mm-hmm. So
we pack that way too.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Well, so before we do our Orangey Glads for this episode, I just wanted to say also that Stephanie is a big fan of Casey. Speaking of Casey.
I am.
Well, that's good. We'll have to do something and all get together.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It'll be fun because, she does. She loves Casey. And
I do.
I know Martha that I invited to, there was the episode when we did Unpopular Opinions that she's like, I really liked Casey's insight. So, so Casey's getting a fan base.
Yeah, she is. She's got these two right here.
Well,
she got me and Martha.
It is a blessing, y'all, to have kids, and y'all know this. Like, I love that. I mean, you have to love your kids, right? But I love that I like my kids so much. I love that we have stuff to talk about, and I like the people to talk. And I got this in the mail yesterday. My cousin, when they were cleaning, it's a locket of me.
Aww.
My grandma. I lived with my grandma for a while when my mom was sick, and she had pictures taken, and it's a really, like, it's kind of like that picture of my grandma has sort of become iconic. Like that's the one that we all have of my grandma's from that photo session that when I was there. And so my cousin sent me this, and she put the sweetest note about Casey in there. And so I was like, I just wrote her back. I just sent her a message this morning, and I was like, I am who I am because I grew up watching you. I have had really awesome, like my cousins, we have some family issues now, like our family has splintered, but growing up, I got to watch them parent their kids and build their families and build their homes. And I'm like, that's, you take parts of who you want to be. And I take parts of, like all of my women friends, like you guys are all awesome. And so, you just take a little bit of that, and then you point it out to your kids and you say, isn't it cool that Miss Brenda does it this way? Or isn't it cool that Miss Stephanie does this? And that's, that's how we do it. That's how you build awesome people, is by letting them spend time with awesome people. Not just because if our kids just spent time with us, nobody would like them, right?
They don't like spending time with us anyways on a regular day.
Well, our 17-year-old does. Our 12-year-old is ready to go. So if this is a life illustration for you, Stephanie, Noble could not wait to go back to school. He needed the people. Casey, she'll be okay if she never has to leave her room to go to school again. She's already like, can I do college here? I'm like, no, you can't. No, you can't. So
sweet girl. Y'all have done such a great job with Casey, Christy.
Well, I don't know.
Y'all really have.
I will take some credit, but really that's just her and God, because she is more self-aware. I told her the other day, and she's like, like I just said about you, you don't suffer fools. Like she has no patience for shenanigans and jackassery. She is like, nope, just do what you got to do. And so, but that's all her. That's just who she is and how she is. And I'm so glad that we get to appreciate her.
Yeah.
Well, I would really like her to listen to what I do when I get to a hotel and let her. I want to hear what she has to say. I really do.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. When I edit this, I've got to go to a meeting in a little bit. When I edit this, I'll edit it later and I'll record her listening to you, but part of me wonders though, because this is kind of how it is with Stephanie with Brenda and Casey. I wonder if Casey's going to be like, yes, that's what I would do if I was in charge.
For Brenda or for me? Because
no, I think she would be. I wonder, like sometimes Casey surprises me. Brenda surprised me.
Oh my God.
Casey would be like, But Casey is like you, Casey and you, like y'all have the same schedule and the same way.
Yes.
So like Casey would fit into your family just fine. But here in our family, we're split. We have 2 like list checkers. We wrote it all down. We talked about it 4 weeks ago, and 2 that are like, wait, are we leaving today? Oh,
Yes.
wait, what? Where are we going? So we're half and half. But
I at least know where I'm going.
Thank God. Thank you, Lord.
Amen. All right, so let's do our Orange You Glad.
Y'all go first.
I got lots. Okay, I'll go. Stephanie, you know what? You're the guest. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
You want me to go first?
So our Orange You Glads, we are say what we're glad for. What are you glad for today?
Aren't you glad? Oh my goodness. You know what, guys? Let's just say, aren't you glad for good friendships? I mean, just all around. Like, I'm meeting Christy. I've been wanting to meet you for a while now.
I'm ready to sit down and like have a dinner with you.
I know, right?
I know. I can't wait to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can't wait to go down and meet you guys, and Casey too. And you know, I love my work buddy. I really do. I love you so much, Brenda. You know that. And this was really fun, guys. I really enjoyed this. So aren't you glad? Because I know I am.
Oh, I just love you two so much.
You ready, Brenda?
Yes, Orange Eye Glad for new friends and old friends. And, you know, and yes, and moms, and that, again, we talk about this all the time, that we can celebrate our differences, and that we can love each other through it all. So I am so glad for that you guys love me through it.
Me too. Just like you love me too. Crazies.
Yeah.
You know what? And in that vein, like that would be my Orange You Glad today. My Orange You Glad. And I think about it when I look at different pieces of my kids. I'm so grateful for the people in and outside of our family who have helped shape them and are giving them examples of different ways to do things. Because I know as much as I like the way I do things, I know there are a million ways to get things done. And I'm grateful that they have so many great examples of other people to see other ways to live and choose and things. So, yeah. I'm just grateful for the people in our lives.
Yep. Agree.
Well, yay. So you guys out there, Martha, I'm very curious to know what you do.
You guys, Stephanie's here.
Martha. Martha.
Hey, y'all.
Maybe Miss Lopez, if she wants to listen today.
Maybe she wants to listen today. What do you unpack? I've just unpacked lots of baggage today.
We came to talk about luggage and we talked about baggage. I'm like, can I fit all of that on a cassette tape?
And dirty laundry. I always have some.
Always dirty laundry.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you, Steph. I am so excited you were here, and I hope it's not like I come back and we need to pick up where we leave today.
Yes, this was really fun, ladies. Thank you so much for having me and inviting me today.
And there's room for so many people on this little screen. So like y'all bring your friends. Come on, let's do it.
We can Brady Bunch it. Woo woo.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you guys. So I hope that I know what. So right now it's what's happening. Beta is kind of moving up the coast right now, and so y'all are home, working from home.
Working from home today.
We are. Here we're getting rain, but we're not in danger of flooding or anything like that way out here. But anyway, I just hope that you guys are good. Let's pray for our friends who have already flooded once and are looking at it again.
Mm-hmm. I know.
For sure. You guys be safe.
Everybody.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, you guys. Have a great.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, y'all. Are you still watching? Are you still listening? Oh, hey, Mom.
We're so glad that you're still with us. If you want to connect online, we're at www.normalbiaspodcast.com, or you can find us on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. And our very favorite, if we made you a mixtape, we'd put all those songs on our Spotify playlist for you.
All the things.